Aloha, friends and neighbors. Welcome to Astrology. Ancient science in the modern world is the base science of all the rest of the stuff that came later. If you're on the Thursday night show, if you're watching it on the 5th of September, you're on a new moon. New moon at 13 Virgo makes a nice sextile to Jupiter. Means there's going to be lots of laughing and optimism. It's a happy time. Jupiter makes you happy. Jupiter is jovial, right? Jovial. I was just thinking about all these people that, try to find out about astrology. And when did astrology begin? And I came upon these History Channel shows called Ancient Aliens. And there's a whole bunch of them. And it really gave us a big laugh. But I'm pointing it out to you so that when you see it on your schedule, that you tune in, because each half-hour show, they go and dig into something in the ancient past. Like they might dig into the Egyptian pyramids. And they now have figured it out that, they're Orion's belt. And there was a lot more to those pyramids than ever. And the show that I saw, son of a gun, just for about 10 seconds they had an 8-sided pyramid thing, and it was on the show. I mean, I brought that up to the public only a month or so ago. Maybe it's a universal mind, whatever it was. Now, as they go along in the show, each show, like this one was about Orion's belt and the pyramids looking like that. And then they flipped over to Teotihuacan, and some phony mystic who pronounced it in a funny way to be unique. Giorgio. I laugh a lot at him. His hair's all out. Anyway, he says Teotihuacan is also built in the same, and he shows a map, and there's a slight resemblance. There's a resemblance. I'm not sure it's exact. And then I learned something new. The Hopi Indians have 3 mesa villages. The first being, I guess, Black Mesa and something else Mesa. And these 3 villages are in the same pattern as Orion's belt. The same distance. The third one is cocked down to the side. Now that, I learned something brand new. And here these guys had the 8-sided pyramid. It can only be seen from, the air. So the new information on this 1 half-hour show was kind of astounding. And they strung it all together. And then one of these mystical guys gets on camera and says, we don't know how all of this could have happened, but ancient alien theorists contend that, and then bang, they're off into aliens did the whole thing. Now every show is like that. And every time that the narrator says ancient alien researchers contend, or ancient alien researchers believe, and they make some jump into, and you can have a good laugh at that, but the information they give you on the shows is wonderful. You realize that these ancient civilizations were high types. Yeah. And there may be some idiot scientists who think, oh, well, 2, 3, 4,000 years ago, people weren't smart enough to do this or that. Shut up. I mean, they were smarter than you are. Your diet stinks. You eat McDonald's, your short lifespan. You're impacted by all kinds of EMF. Well, that guy that was there 3,000 years ago, there's the 3 wise men, fine astrologers, all older guys. They ate organic food. They had good diets. They had strong educations. These guys were smart. Anyway, Ancient Alien. It's a great show to watch. You'll get a lot of laughs from it. I hope you have a lot of laughs on this next week. Usually Jove brings rain. I know the full moon we just had here the other day showed rain for the Kona area, and sure enough it rained all night. And you're still on a hurricane watch. It's not a watch, it's a warning. And the news is basically, I'll show you why, but the first week of the watch that starts September 5th is very low impact. I think there's a little rain or this or that, but I had to include it. but the possibility of a hurricane in the first week of our warning period is very low. And I found some old evidence, something I did 3-4 months ago, and I missed it, and then I'll show you. It's kind of funny. A lot of things are going to be funny. We need a break from the NSA and the CIA, and they put that poor kid in jail for 35 years, the WikiLeaks guy, Philip Manning. Here we have laws that protect whistleblowers on the corporate side, but if a whistleblower dares to go after the CIA or the government or anybody else, look out! We don't protect whistleblowers there. Thank heavens, Mr. Snowden is safe in the Soviet Union. He's a smart guy. So, you're living in a country that's kind of scary, and we need a month of laughter and truth. What Jupiter does is he throws lightning bolts of truth. Shazam! They're like lawyers and professors. Da-da-da-da, the professor says. And the students say, now we see it clear. Da-da-da-da, the lawyer says. And the jury says, now we understand. That's what Jupiter likes. That's what you can expect for your next month. That's because of the new moon you're sitting on, September 5th, at 13 Virgo, sextiling Jupiter at 15 Cancer. So, not to say you still don't want to get prepared. I'm not taking you off the hot seat. You better have bags for your electronics. There will be a big wind, big hurricane wind. And I'm calling a duck a duck. And it's up ahead of you a little bit, but you can laugh your way through that too, if you're a little bit prepared. Come on, let's go do the sky mirror. All right, let's use the sky mirror and take a look at next week for you. By the way, the Sky Mirror Astrology app, which you get at the App Store for $5, gives you now, and you can press a little button and it'll give you tomorrow, and press a little button and you can advance it an hour, go back an hour. The idea is to take a look at the sky mirror so that you start things on good charts and that you don't start important things on bad charts. Anyway, elections, when to do things, when to wait, when to act. That's the essence of astrology. So get the Sky Mirror Astrology app and you can play. Great fun. Okay, we're going to cover the second week in September 2013. September is our hurricane week. I haven't predicted hurricanes in Hawaii for years, and I'm having trouble with this one. I don't mind telling you. I've gone over this 3, 4, 5 times, it seems, on as many shows, and for the past couple of months I've had these flu bugs and colds, and half the time it's hard to work. It takes me 3 days to do a $95 chart when I'm all plugged up and coughing. And so anyway, your astrologer has been lowly, and I've gone over this a few times, and all of this is coming to this explanation of what this is, a no week, because I might as well just do it now. Okay, so one of the reasons this prediction has been difficult because it's in my yard, my front yard. The other reason is I've had colds and flu bugs for 2-3 months, and every time I go over this I spend an hour or two on it. I make notes, and here's the kicker, is that you see they're in different colors. Sometimes here's what I did a month ago and I did it in orange, and I circle places, see where things are most likely to be. Then I went over it again and I did some stuff in red, and so all of these notes, and I got pieces of paper all over the joint, are there. But the thing that I had missed was a note I made a month ago, and I did it sideways here. And for some reason, I said no from about where you're at on September 5th down to here somewhere. And then I said now. And so, now I'm not even sure why I said no. I think it has something to do with Jupiter. I'm not sure. Maybe by the end of this show I'll find out. But I know that I did it for good reason. And after bracketing the hurricane between here and here, I'm saying, well, after further study, I'm going to demote this second week. And I put a no in here. So you're in the no week. I think there could be lots of rain. We have astrocartography says flooding and rain and stuff. And the Jupiter full moon that happened back August 21st or something. But the no week is all about no's that here I don't even remember exactly what. But I think the biggest hazard period is the third week in September, and more on that. But let's get to the sky mirror. Let's go look at everything day by day for you, huh? What's going on? Well, here's Venus. Venus is moving up to hit the square. And the Uranus-Pluto square. Yeah, Uranus is the guy that gives twisty hurricanes. Pluto is going to stop about 2 weeks from you, so you're already in the Pluto zone. I notice there's an awful lot of shark movies coming up. Two-headed sharks, ghost sharks, this sharks, that sharks. There's a tornado shark. Anyway, the sharks are biting, and it's going to get more bitey as you go on in the next couple weeks. Saturn is trining Neptune, and so there's people trying to make deals. Yeah. And all the judge says, oh yeah, throw that young man in jail. He's trying to do something idealistic, Mr. Manning. Now he's in jail for 35 years. Good heavens. So there's judges doing bad judgy things. And they think that Jupiter's with them, and they have the priest doctor with them. And I just saw a thing where Nixon, the Nixon tapes is going on about Watergate, and he has this religious spiritual advisor, the tall blonde-headed preacher, you know, who said, oh, he wanted to shred those newspapers for accusing Mr. Nixon of bad stuff. And here was the Saturn in cahoots with Neptune again. Anyway, the main thing you're going to see is that young pretty girl's going to get in trouble again coming up for the next couple of weeks. This may be one of the